Hi guys, it's Ben live from Success Partners. Thanks for joining us. Today I'm going to be talking about what makes sales complex. Sales is not what it used to be compared to several decades ago. It used to be that you could just pick up the phone, make a pitch, and then close a deal all in the same phone call. But nowadays it takes much more time and much more investment and much more strategy in order to win the deal. So today I'm going to talk about 3 areas for you to take into consideration for your sales strategy, as well as a couple of tips to help in these areas. The first thing that you need to consider is multiple decision makers. It's not enough just to convince one person in a company to get the sale anymore. You have to convince several people. So there might be one person that's looking after the finance, one person that's looking after the technical side, and one person that's looking after the strategic side. So you need to identify who the decision makers are and who are the key stakeholders in every deal. Number 2, what's good for the company may not necessarily be good for the individual. I came across a company that sells high quality parts for machines, and their value proposition to the company is that they're going to save them tens of thousands of dollars in preventing breakdowns. Now, this would be good for the company, but to the engineers whose jobs depend on the machines breaking down, this may not be in their interests. So rather than spending your time trying to convince them that it's a good idea to buy, you need to talk to the strategic people who have the company's interests in mind and where it aligns with their personal interests. And number 3 is that power hides. You cannot rely on titles alone. Just because someone holds the title of a manager does not mean they're going to be the biggest decision maker. I heard a story once about a receptionist who was treated quite rudely by a salesperson. The salesperson tried to go over their heads to get to the manager in charge. But they managed to somehow strong-arm their way in, only to find out that the receptionist was the business owner's wife. So he was quickly escorted out of the building. So remember that there are multiple decision makers. What's good for the company may not be good for the individual, and that power hides. My one tip, there's a lot of things that you can take into consideration for complex sales, but if I were to give you just one tip, it's always to think about what's in it for the individual. Complex sales are ultimately made up of individuals, and you need to concentrate your efforts on just one person at a time until you have the agreement of enough people to get your sale over the line. This is Ben live from Success Partners, and remember that integrity plus skills equals success.